morning, American Jiu-Jitsu and American Jiu-Jitsu family. We are back. Today we are working on blue belt with a black stripe, moving right along. Remember, all of these videos are on our YouTube channel, which is American Jiu-Jitsu LI. Please like it and please subscribe to it. After we have 1,000 followers, we will then be able to go live on YouTube Live. Also, it's on our Facebook group page every day, American Jiu-Jitsu LI, same thing. There's a part version on Instagram, which they only allow 1 minute, and then the full video every day is in the American Jiu-Jitsu Facebook group page. We are now doing Zoom classes. There's a full schedule on it's AJJCenters.com. There's a full schedule on our classes. So please go to that. If you know somebody within the school, there is a password that's required. Get that from another student. We're not allowed to post that. And download the Zoom app. Okay, so we have Shihan Kathy and Shihan Billy here assisting me. We are practicing social distancing. Like I say, they're quarantined in their home, I'm quarantined in my home. But to do these techniques, it does take a little help, and I so appreciate them coming down and helping me with all these videos. They will demonstrate the technique because they can touch each other. They're a married couple. They've been with each other for this whole stint. And I will narrate them as they will demonstrate them. Okay, it's been very successful, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, so blue-black is an art that is the belt system part of the art is where we deal with kotegaeshis. Now, kotegaeshis is what they call a leaf hand. Somebody many years ago sat underneath the tree and watched the way a leaf fell. Okay, and they saw the way the leaf turned when it hit the ground, and they said, "Oh, I wonder what happens if you do that with a wrist." And what happens is you can submit somebody. Or it's a beautiful technique because it's a submission that goes right down to a pin. All right, we're going to take this from punches. We're going to take it from grabs. We might be able to pull this off in one video if I talk less and they do more. And once we do that, we'll post it to the YouTube page. And then eventually it will post to the Facebook group page. So without further ado, I hope you're staying healthy, safe, and home. Let's start with the first technique is a reverse kotegaesh. So kotegaesh, you need to be able to unravel somebody. So if you're in tight, you can't really do a kotegaeshi, so we're going to make up distance here by going underneath the arm. So this is a reverse kotegaeshi. So a kotegaesh is here, and a reverse kotegaeshi you'll see demonstrate right now by Shihan, Kathy, and Billy. So let's do the first one, and let's get busy. Okay, so high punch. From here, blocks a Temi, goes underneath the arm, checks that free hand. From here, goes down, throws her, and she has a pin right there. Pin the elbow right down to the ground. Watch that one more time from the opposite side. When he goes in, he's going to check that arm just to make sure that arm doesn't come. So block a Temi, comes underneath, checks the hand. From here, walks, and there's your reverse kotegaeshi. Throws Shihan Kathy, and there's a pin right from there. That's your first technique. Now the next technique is a kotegaeshi, but again, like I said, you can't do it from close quarters. So on this one, we're gonna do something called hiki-nage. We're gonna change the levels. We're gonna do what we call high-low. So when the person comes at us with a punch, we're gonna disappear. We're gonna go down on one knee, we're gonna Temi to the groin, which is gonna drop the person's hand down to the ground, and then we're gonna take that available hand, and we're gonna use a regular kotegaeshi to take the person down. So on the high punch, he blocks, drops down to the ground, there's the free hand right there, kotegaeshi, and can pin the arm right to the arm. Remember, right to the mat. So remember, to pin, you need something. So the mat becomes that something, that resistance, that could give you that accordion type like pin, or what we call a shodan pin. Okay, so that's the second one. Let's see that one more time. High punch, drops down to the ground, there's the hands available, turn to the camera, right from there, cover all the way, bring it so you can see that. From here, and boom, there's that pin on the ground. Could put the knee on the elbow, on the bicep, but that's another technique. Okay, so now on a high wedge, when a person is coming at us with a lot of force, we're not going to go in on that, right? Because there's a lot of force. So we're going to step back, and we're going to do like a little secretive kick. If we kick the person to the groin, we might lose them. They might hunch over. So we're going to do a little kick, like almost like an Temi strike, where we're going to strike with that kick under the arm. If you can't reach that, that's fine. You can kick to the leg, okay? And then we're going to take it, create elongation, which is what you need to make a kotegaeshi work, and we're going to do a standard, regular kotegaeshi. So let's see that demonstrated. High punch, from here, boom, throws that kick out there, bang, comes around, creates lead and distance, boom, takes it down, and you can do what we call a koto pin right here. There's many variations. You could finish off with a simple strike to the ground. You could drop your knee. You could drop your knee right into the person's ribs. It depends on who else is around in this situation. we give you 360 degrees of a turn to finish this person off. For now, we're trying to keep it standard for you to learn the shodan pin, to learn the koto pin, to learn the extended armbar pin. So we try to do a little variation on each one just to build that puzzle, but the reality is you could use all or any or and or. But if you're a student just coming through the paces, follow what we're doing on this video because that's the way I want to see it for your next belt. All right, so we'll see that one more time on a high wedge. Kicks, boom, from here, elongates, takes the person down, and does what we call a koto pin. So the knee is behind the elbow on that, all right, which is creating the base to make that armbar work, and then you step back with that left leg, creating a perfect armbar. Moving on to the next one. This is kind of a nice technique because there's a certain amount of evasiveness to it. We're going to use this cross block and this wrist hook block as we turn our back. And as we turn our back, we're going to have an armbar. So we're going to kind of include some of the things that we did on the last rank, that armbar, and now we're going to continue to step back, and because we need to have that distance, we need to elongate to make that koto gyash work. So from a straight punch, he's going to block, he's going to move to the back, continue to lower the back, and there's your koto gyash, and there's your koto pin, okay? So we're going to do that again. We're going to try to stay in the video. Don't do too much of an elongation because you kind of walked out of the video. Yeah, so Kat, maybe move up that way a little bit. Okay. Move up that way. So he throws, he turns, there's the armbar, okay? Now he continues to step back from here exactly, creates that armbar, and there's that koto pin again, okay? Very, very nice technique. That really gets into the aki part of jiu-jitsu where we're starting to flow a little bit more and using multiple or stackable techniques. We're using the armbar into the koto gyashi. Beautiful technique. Now this is another technique that's still a koto gyashi, but it's what they call a koto gyashi maki. If you ever eat sushi and you have a maki roll, it's a roll. Maki means to roll. So this is a little bit more of an advanced type of koto gyashi that we introduce here at Blue Black just to kind of introduce you to it. We're going to use a tazabaki movement instead of a forward stance. We're going to use a tazabaki movement to go into the block, and then I'm going to show you. You're going to see. So you're going to stop on the koto gyashi maki before you do the throw. All right, so they can see that. Okay. And we're going to do that twice here. So he throws a high punch. He goes in with the tazabaki from here. Hits with the hand like with an atemi. Okay. And then right there, so that cancels out the free hand. She goes underneath the elbow, feeds it to his other hand. See how he wraps it? There's that maki. And then if you step back with the left leg, there's so many different directions you can step with this thing. You got to be very careful with this. You can literally rip a person's arm off. So in the beginning, we tell you kind of just visualize it because you could do damage on this. It feels like you're doing nothing, but it's like a chicken wing. You could just rip it right off the shoulder. So again, as he comes in, he blocks and attemis, comes underneath the elbow, grabs and wraps or rolls it, and then watch, he just brings it down like pulling a chain right down, and there's your koto gyashi maki. Very, very pretty technique. All right, we're moving right along, and I think we're going to get the whole belt in one video. Okay, so now we're going to do it from self-defense. So what you saw so far was high punch, okay? You saw two variations of high punch. You saw a high wedge, a right straight punch, and you saw tazabaki movement from another high punch, okay? Now we're going to take it from a lapel grab. Now, koto gyashi can be done to any one of the four corners. It can be done to the left front corner, the right front corner, the left rear corner, and the right rear corner. We're going to demonstrate these within these techniques. With that being said, the techniques are done specifically to show you that it can be done to all four corners. With that being said, it can be done to any one of the four corners, but when you're following the belt system, you do it per the way we teach it, and then as you become a little bit more independent, you can have a little bit more flexibility. But you got to do it the way we teach it first before you get that flexibility. So on this one, he's going to pull us, and we're going to do a left front tazabaki. They're going to grab us with a lapel. Typically when a person grabs us with a lapel, they pull us in. So that's what's going to happen. He's going to pull us in. He's going to peel off that hand that's pulling us, turn it like that leaf, turn it like that leaf into this technique we call koto gyashi. So Shihan, boom, right here, bang, and twist. And again, could do the koto pin, could do a shodan pin, could do a lot of different variations on this one. Let's see that one more time, the opposite side. Pulls, stop right there. See how he peels it off, and now from here, koto gyashi, right there. Now this technique is very similar, but it's a cross wrist grab. So now as the person pulls us, we're going to go right in with the hand that they're pulling, and now we're going to take the koto gyashi over Shihan's right shoulder. So we're going to the right front corner. So as he pulls, palm goes right to the face. That's where she's pulling. And now we're just going to take that hand, bring it right down. And again, we can pin with a koto pin, a shodan pin, a strike to the ground. It's now where a little bit of flexibility comes in. So far, you want to demonstrate that one more time? Are you great? Okay, boom, and look at that, right there, into the koto pin. Perfect, perfect. Now we're gonna go to the right rear tazabaki movement when a person's grabbing his two hands from the back, right? When they're grabbing his two hands from the back, we're gonna step, and there's your right tazabaki movement. So watch, as he's pushed from here, he turns, comes all the way around, and kotogeshi. Beautiful, let's do that from the other side. Does the peel from here, comes around, and there's your right, and now the left leg steps back to complete the movement to get that distancing. All right. Now, in the first part of the video, or one of the early part of the videos, we did a front finger choke, and everybody always wants to move their legs. And I'm like, don't move your legs, because the front choke, in the beginning, is a stagnant type of choke. It might be against the wall, but it's also about developing and learning principles. In other words, I don't like you to move the legs in the beginning, because if you move the legs in the beginning and you have a choke, you might fall down. So that's the first principle and reason why I tell you not to move your legs. The second thing is that I'm trying to teach you how to move your body as a unit to break out through the weakest part of the grab, which is the fingers. And it's a simplistic technique, which is called the wakigatami, that we do at Orange Belt. Now, we're going to answer that question. If that person is pushing you forward with the forward stance, because you have that good base, I've had an understanding. So now we're going to step back in the direction they're pushing. We're going to strike with a spear hand right to the person's throat, which now is going to incapacitate them with a choke. And then we're going to peel that hand off, and you'll see a perfect kotogeshi right there. We're going to step back now with our left leg, or do the left cornering tazabaki. So as Shihan's demonstrate, from here, strikes from here, steps back, and there's your kotogeshi right there. All right, he's going to do that again from the other side. Okay, so as the person comes at us, we strike, boom, and then here's your kotogeshi right there. Beautiful. This technique has a lot of turns in it, right? We're going to do a 270-degree turn on this one from a hammerlock. So as the person's pushing forward, we're going to put the person into an off-balance state. Then we're going to create more distance, and we're going to do our kotogeshi. So as the person pushes, he walks forward, walks all the way around. There's the kotogeshi, steps back with his left leg, and the kotogeshi right there. He's going to do that one more time from the opposite side. Okay? So as the person pushes, we're going to come all the way around. Don't go too far back. Kind of walk to the mirror. Okay, from here, he's going to throw, and boom, right down, and there's your kotogeshi. Perfect. We got great timing. We got two more techniques, and we're going to finish up this category. The next one reintroduces back that technique that we did earlier on this tape, the kotogeshi maki. This is a beautiful technique that kind of falls into the place. I remember one time teaching this technique to the feds, actually the Treasury Department, and they were just so enamored by it. That's all they wanted to do after they saw this one technique. This technique falls into place. The major part with this, always with a forearm choke, regardless if it's a higher level or a lower level, you always got to tuck your chin to prevent your windpipe from being choked. You got to press the hands in, because that was what they call Xing strength. When you press the hands in, the person's not going to be able to take you off balance. Then from here, we're going to take the right hand, we're going to bring it by the elbow, and we're going to torque our body, and this is going to feed us right into the kotogeshi maki. Okay? The videotape will only give you so much knowledge. When all things come back to where we like, and actually hopefully even come back better, we'll be explaining the little details that the video might not be able to pick up. So right now, we're doing the best that we could with two amazing instructors. So here's kotogeshi maki from a forearm choke. Notice he pins and tucks. He takes his hand, puts it on the elbow, presses that elbow down, feeds that right through, and look at that. Right there, he could rip her arm right off, which thank God he doesn't, okay? And does the kotogeshi maki. He's going to do that from the other side one more time. Keep it nice and tight. From here, watch. Now right there, watch what he does with the right hand. Puts it on the elbow, torques it down, and feeds it, and boom. There's your kotogeshi maki. Excellent technique. Okay. We have one more technique. We got everything done under 15 minutes. So we're going to have all of blue-black on one tape. We ended how we started. We started with a reverse kotogeshi from a high punch. Now we're going to end it. And again, remember we said we need distance to make a technique work in kotogeshi. So from here, as the person grabs a straight wrist grab, we're going to bring that hand right up, and there's the grab. There's the grab we're looking for with this hand now, with the right hand. We're going to grab it, and we're just going to step back, and you'll see how a reverse kotogeshi falls right into place. From here, steps back. From here, there's your reverse kotogeshi. He just turns the wrist, and bang, she goes right down, and she's going to do that one more time from the opposite side. Come up, From here, come and pull, right, lead. There's your reverse kotegaeshi, and perfect. We're getting better at this. We got it all done in one video, okay? Listen, it's a crazy time, but every day that's behind us means that in front of us, we have less behind us, and we have more in front of us. You know, we make these videos, and this is something my students have been wanting me to do forever, and we're doing it. Now, we're doing it because something that happened that's the world has never seen. But, you know, somebody put a posting up on one of the social media things, and they said, if you're laying down and you're not taking care of your business, that when this is all over, you're not gonna have a business to take care of. I did a Zoom meeting yesterday, or a Zoom class yesterday, with over 30 people, and throughout all our studios, we probably had over 100 students on all our Zoom meetings or classes yesterday. So, you know, our students, I'm so grateful for the hunger for them to continue to learn. I'm grateful for the situation making us learn how to become a little bit different in this new normal. But the major thing is that right now, you gotta stay confident, you gotta find things that you love to do, you gotta learn a little bit more about yourself, but most importantly, you gotta stay home, you gotta stay healthy, and you gotta stay safe. Here's 15 minutes of information that could take you about 3 months in our studio to get, okay? I charge $150 an hour, and here I am doing it for nothing. Why? Because I love you guys are keeping us afloat, and you allow me to do what it is that I love to do. So I'm very grateful for that. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it takes some of your free time up, but don't just watch part of it. If you make it to right now, you've watched the whole thing, and you can play this over and over and over again, and always have a reference on how to do those techniques. We'll be back soon, and we'll be back better. Remember, stay safe, stay healthy, stay home. Again, thank you to Shihan, Kathy, and Billy for coming down and volunteering their services. Like I said, I'm very blessed by having the best students in the world. Have a great day, stay healthy, stay safe.